Hey guys, we're back. I'm still waiting on some parts to arrive on the 912 engine project. Got it stripped down. Got one of the cylinder heads pulled the valves out of. This is actually something I've never done before, so it's a little bit new for me. I figured since the make sure I didn't knock you over. The cylinder head kit comes with intake valve stem seals. I might as well go ahead and change them and clean up the valves while I've got it. So I've already done one head and made a little stand back here. I'll show you in a second. Put my pieces in. I also fabbed up a homemade valve spring compressor, and I was jacked up C-clamp with a ball gone and a coupling with some washers welded to it and a notch milled out. So now I use this. Put one end over the valve, the other end goes up here on the valve spring hat, whatever you call it, container. I'm sure it's got a name. I'm sure the Germans call it something weird too. So just get a hold of that. Let me zoom you in here. Actually, maybe see what's going on. I don't know if you can see it or not, but anyway, cranks in. And it will expose the valve keeper. Yeah, now you're probably too close. Anyway, keeper's right in there. Too close. So now it's compressed. Take a magnet. It should come out. Let me put you back in the stand. Compress it a little bit more. You on there with a magnet. There's one of them. So this would be cylinder number one. It'd be one exhaust. There's the other one. Now I can just release the spring. And this clamp is just big enough. Comes off. Spring the valve out. There we go. There's an exhaust valve. I went ahead and got some stuff. I'm going to clean them up and lap them while it's apart. So I made this little stand over here to hold everything. Piece of scrap plywood drilled some holes, and I made some holes in the front for the keeper, and the valves fit. I found a drill bit that fit perfect. So anyway, I'll go ahead and get the rest of these pulled out of here, and we'll bring you back and we'll clean them up. Got a little better view on the intake valve. That's the keeper right there. So go in there with a magnet, pulls that thing out. It's just like a little wedge that captures the top of the valve in the retainer. And that's the way it's supposed to work. Now I can release the clamp. Clamp, aka valve spring compressor. Valve spring comes out. And valve pulls out. Now I'm supposed to check for play in the valve guide. I don't know how much is too much. I may look in the book, but it doesn't burn too much oil, doesn't smoke, so I'm not real concerned about it. And that's the valve stem seal. Come on in there. So that's the seal that's going to come in the top end kit. Well, I got this far, I might as well replace them. They're 20 years old. And then stick my two retainers in there so we don't lose them. Okay, there we go. Alright guys, so we're back. I got everything out of both heads and then organized on my little wood organizer, and I got a little ahead of myself. All the intake valves had a pretty good coating of carbon on there, and I cleaned them all off and forgot to show you that. I think I missed one exhaust valve, which never has near as much carbon on it. But the intakes were loaded with junk all over there. So what I did, used a drill, the wire brush, and just kind of cleaned all the carbon off of them. So they're all done. And I think that's probably all we're going to do for the day. Wait for my parts to arrive, and then we will break out this little tool and we'll lap the valves in. I want to do a little more checking on dimensions and things like that. So anyway, that's where we are, and we'll bring you back probably in a couple days when we have some parts and we can start putting this back together. Till then, see ya.